Hey everybody, welcome back. We last left off finishing up the observatory quest, and now we're heading into the Tree Gnome Village maze. Follow the path that has you run closest to the center, and when you get to the ladder in the middle of the maze, climb down it and head to the eastern room to search the off-colored crate for a key. Then head to the far western room to open the gate with the key and speak to Golry to get Glariel's Pebble. Go back the way you came up the ladder and continue into the maze to talk to King Bolrin to start the Tree Gnome Village quest. You'll be escorted out of the village, but before continuing this quest, we're going to head east to talk to Lady Serval to start the fight arena. From here, follow the quest helper quick guide carefully until you enter combat with General Khazard. You do not need to kill him, so once he finishes his dialogue and moves to attack you, you can leave the arena. Note that during the fights, you want to use the bones laying around the arena to safe spot the bosses. Upon surviving, go south past Yanil, then east to Hazelmere's Island. Follow it to the end, talk to him to get his translation and message for the Grand Tree quest, then head west back to Yanil. In Yanil, use your remaining coin to purchase a rotten tomato from the pillory for Recipe for Disaster and Other Cook's quest, and then bank everything. Pull out your coins and barcode card, and go west to the cooking shop and purchase 1 pack of jugs, the majority of which will be used for making wines later on, 5 pots of flour, and 2 tinder boxes to have spares. Head southwest to the bar and purchase the Green Man's Ale also for Another Cook's quest, and talk to the bartender to cross off your barcode card. Head back east to the Hunter shop and open it, satisfying a Western Province's easy diary task, and purchase a bird snare and noose wand. Bank once more and pull out your strike runes and gear, Hazelmere scroll, and at least 8 wines and 8 cakes to run past some wolves and to fight the Khazard warlord before you get him into a safe spot during the Tree Gnome Village quest. And you'll either need 6 logs or a steel axe and 6 inventory spaces for logs. Now leave Yanil through the agility shortcut to the northwest and continue back to Lady Serval to turn in Fight Arena, gaining 2 quest points, 12,175 attack XP, which should bump you up to level 29, and 2,175 thieving experience, as well as 1k gold. Head back west to the gnome battlefield, chopping 6 trees on the way for logs. Then find Commander Monte, who's the only gnome with a red shirt, give him the logs, and from here, follow the guide or quick guide or quest helper until you finish the quest. When fighting the Khazard warlord at the end of the quest, you can get him into a safe spot by using the retreat mechanic, which involves attacking him from the end of his aggro range, which will cause him to back straight up. If you can corner him into a tree, he'll be stuck there and you can attack him from the end of his aggro range without him running up to attack you. After killing him and getting the orbs, head back to Tree Gnome Village and talk to the king to turn in the quest, gaining 2 quest points, another 11,500 attack experience, which should now be level 35, and the gnome amulet, which gives plus 13 bonus to melee defenses, which will come a little bit in handy first, but eventually we'll get cosmic runes and can create our own amulet of magic and amulet of strength and so on. You also can access the spirit trees, which are a bit of a secondary teleport system nowadays, since we'll really only use them if our minigame teleports down, like taking a spirit tree to the Grand Exchange and then taking the minecart system there to Keldegrim. Or once we get the Ardy Diary Cave, we can take that one to the Battlefield of Khazard tree and then take that to the Tree Gnome Stronghold. But it's a little bit overshadowed by the fact that we're about to unlock the glider transport system, which is in a lot of ways better until you can actually plant your own spirit trees with high level farming, but that won't happen for a long time. Since we've conveniently just unlocked the system, take the spirit tree to the Tree Gnome Stronghold and head north to the king to give him Hazelmere's message. He'll send you back south down the ramp to the lower portion of the stronghold and then east to the first ladder up to Gluff's home. Talk to Gluff. Then return to the king, go upstairs and bank everything except your coins and any kitten stuff. Take the ladder to the top of the tree and talk to Charlie in the cage and make sure you finish the entire conversation before clicking away. He'll send you back to Gluff's house where you'll need to talk to him again, only to get arrested and sent to Charlie's cage. Talk to Charlie again, and then the king will appear to rescue you. Talk to the gnome glider just to the north and travel to Karamja and then run east to the gate. From here, follow the quick guide or quest helper until you get the lumber order and are told to take it to King Narnode. But when talking to the foreman for the first time, buy some pineapples from the charter ship nearby to make some super compost later on. Then minigame teleport to Barbarian Assault and bank. We're stopping here to do a quick detour for the Waterfall Quest before continuing on with Tree Gnome Stronghold. Bank everything and have out your Boost of Lightness, which you can equip, Glariel's Pebble, about 8 or so cakes, and 6 or so wines to run past some enemies. Then head south past the waterfall and past the dwarf cannon area to the gray phallic looking splotch on the map. If you check the big map, it'll be right where the K and I are in Kingdom of Kandaren. Go there, use Glariel's Pebble on the statue to get inside, and then punch a skeleton nearby so you enter combat so that the Moss Guardians, which are like moss giants but they can hit a max of 14 with magic, can't attack you, and then run west to search the chest for Glariel's amulet. After getting that, punch another skeleton, then go back east before going to the south hallway, then run behind that coffin and search it for Glariel's urn, then go back to the surface. You could just run through without worrying about the skeletons since we've already got the hit points bonus from the witch's house, but up to you. If it happened to have been a long time since you've done the Waterfall Quest, you might think you need multiple Glariel's amulets, but Jagex made it so you no longer need those to enter the dungeon after the quest. Then, continue south and west back to the Tree Gnome stronghold, talk to Femi to get inside, and once you're there, go north to the ladder by the bank symbol and climb it to withdraw your lumber order. Show that to the king, who doesn't give a shit, and then head up to the top floor to talk to Charlie once again. Charlie will send you to Anita, Gluff's girlfriend, whose house is above the most northwestern ladder in the entire stronghold. You can see it on the map. But on the way there, detour to the pond and pick up 2 swamp toads. The first one will qualify as a Western Province's easy diary task, and the second one is because we need 2 to remove their legs to use as a secondary ingredient for agility potions for Taibo One-Eye Trio in the future. Don't worry, we'll talk about that later. Also pick up 2 kingworms, as they're one of the potentially requested items during both Fairy Tale Part 1 and Forgettable Tale of the Drunken Dwarf. Continue on to Anita's, then go southwest after talking to her and into the Gnome Ball Arena to score a goal for another easy diary task. From here, continue the Quest Helper Quick Guide until you finish the Grand Tree quest, gaining 5 quest points, another 18,400 attack experience, should be level 41, 7,900 agility experience, about level 32, and 2150 magic experience, which should be around level 28, but that's variable depending on how often people splash. Plus the ability to travel via Gnome Glider that I mentioned before, which can take us to a lot of helpful areas like Alcarid, the Dig Site, White Wolf Mountain for a clue scroll and a couple quests, back to the Grand Tree where we are now, and to the east of Karamja, which will help us for a couple quests like Taibo One-Eye Trio, and another 5 kudos in the Varrock Museum. Once you finish the quest, head upstairs to the bank and have out only a pickaxe in your inventory. Then head southwest out of the Grand Tree, toward the exclamation point icon near the fishing spots, head inside the cave there and talk to Brimsdale to start the Eyes of Gluff request. Go into the other room, inspect the singing bowl, and then look at the machine to the north before talking to Brimsdale again, who will tell you to talk to Hazelmere, which we'll do later on. But for now, teleport to the Essence Mine via Brimsdale and then fill your inventory with Rune Essence because we need at least 50 for Priest in Peril, and a few more for some diary tasks. Head out of the cave, then go east and up the ladder near the Spirit Tree to the bank and have out your rope, strike runes, and gear, specifically to attempt the Dream 1 kill count rune scimitar drop from Fire Giants, which is a 1 in 128 chance. Also, killing a Fire Giant in the Waterfall dungeon will satisfy a Kendarn medium diary task. 6 air runes are specifically needed for the quest, as well as 6 waters and earths. The Glariel's amulet and urn you got before, as well as your chronicle, 6 wines, and 6 cakes. Then minigame teleport to Barbarian Assault and run south to the waterfall. Board the raft, use the rope on the rock, then the tree, then make sure you're wearing Glariel's amulet before walking inside the doors. Once inside, take the east hallway to the end and search the northernmost crates for the key. Then go back down the western hallway past the Fire Giants, and before going through the northern door, sit in the hallway before the door or stand behind the furniture nearby and mage down a Fire Giant for the hopeful Dream 1 kill count rune scimitar and the Kendarn medium diary task. And go figure, didn't get it. But that's okay. Someone might. And actually, a bit of a tangent, but after some buffs to a few other weapons, it might make sense to not even pursue that rune scimitar after all, but once we get to that point, we'll touch on it a lot more. Use the key on the door, then use 1 air, water, and earth rune on each pillar. I suggest putting all 3 on each pillar before moving so that you don't miss one and wonder where it goes, and make sure you have 5 empty inventory spaces before putting the amulet on Glariel's statue, then using the urn on the chalice, because if you don't, you'll get washed out of the dungeon. Use the urn on the chalice to finish Waterfall Quest. You'll gain 1 quest point, 13,750 attack and strength experience, should be level 44 attack, 30 strength, 2 diamonds, 2 gold bars, and 40 mithril seeds, which you can plant into flowers. They have a myriad of useful uses, a few of which have been patched out, but we'll talk about those if we ever need them. For now, since your minigame teleport is likely unavailable, chronicle to the Champions Guild and run north to the Grand Exchange to take the minecart system on the western side to Keldegrim for free. Then run northwest to the gem store in the market. Otherwise, if you happen to AFK and your minigame teleport is up, take that to the blast furnace and run to the market. Then sell your diamond, world hop, and sell your other diamond to get some extra coins to purchase 5 bolts of cloth for 3.25k gold during the Daddy's Home mini quest. We can't use diamonds until level 43 crafting, and by the time we get there, we'll have plenty of them from Ham Storerooms, so it's fine if we sell these now. And we'll get 8 bolts of cloth as part of our reward for the Daddy's Home quest, which can be sold back to the sawmill to recoup 2k gold. And then since we're here, steal from the bakery stall nearby for an easy diary task. Now home teleport to Lumbridge, get your strike runes if desired, and go upstairs to talk to Sigmund in the Duke's room to start the Lost Tribe quest. Talk to the following people until someone says they saw a goblin in the basement: the Duke, the cook, Hans outside the castle grounds, Father Eric in the church, Bob in his axe shop, and if you get unlucky and none of them have mentioned it, Guy or Donnie should be walking around outside the castle grounds. Once the first person says something about it, return to the Duke, then go up to the bank and pull out a pickaxe and a lit candle. Head down into the basement, clear the rubble there with your pickaxe, and jump through the hole, follow it to where you see the red dot on the minimap, pick up the brooch, then take it back to show the Duke, who sends you to Reldo and Varrock. Then bank upstairs again and have out your coins, pickaxe, strike runes, only if you're still unfortunate enough to need imp beads, a chronicle, the letter for Romeo that we got a long ass time ago, and your bar crawl card. Chronicle teleport to the Champions Guild and fill your inventory with clay except for one space to make soft clay for multiple quests, diary tasks, crafting, and other miscellaneous uses. Then go northeast into Varrock, and if you picked Phoenix Gang for Shield of Arav, go east to the building with the dungeon icon south of the rune shop and climb down the ladder to talk to Straven, then go back up to the bar. If you want to be Black Arm Gang for Shield of Arav, talk to Charlie the Tramp across from the bar, then go west to the hideout and talk to Katrine, then come back to the bar. Now that both gangs are back here, talk to the cook in the east room to learn how to make a steak sandwich for Below Ice Mountain, then talk to the bartender to cross the bar off your bar crawl card. Also, if you're Phoenix Gang, kill Johnny the Beard nearby for the intel report, drop a piece of clay if you need to, then go back to Straven in the building south of the rune shop to get the weapon store key, then open the chest in the southwest corner to get your half of the Shield of Arav, and keep the weapon store key for your future Black Arm partner. Now for a quick aside to discuss when to continue and finish Shield of Arav. Since the latter portion of the quest and later Heroes quest have a partner element, it's really up to you when you want to complete it. I myself choose Black Arm Gang and choose to do this after finishing Shades of Morden and Making History, since then you can get the 3 1000 experience lambs from Historian Minus for completing Merlin's Crystal, Shield of Arav, and Making History, plus Shades of Morden gives you the book for 335 Herbal experience if you take it to the Varrock Apothecary. In short, whenever you're in Varrock next and have a moment, join the OSRS SOA Friends Chat, where people from both gangs will say they need help so you can meet up in town, exchange the items, and finish the quest there. Or, if you have a main or alt and want to speed things up, there are people in the Friends Chat who will sell the requisite items to you or give them away for free if you're lucky. And now that we're finally back in Varrock after finishing the Rune Mysteries quest, we can head east to the Zamorakian altar by the rune shop to talk to the mage to get the Scrying Orb for the Enter the Abyss mini quest. Go northwest to Aubrey and teleport to the Rune Essence Mine to satisfy one of the 3 essence locations you'll need to visit. Then go northwest into the square and give the letter to Romeo. Head northeast to Horvik's Armory and purchase an Iron Chain Body for 210 gold for the Black Knight's Fortress, then continue east to the bank and deposit everything but your coins, stuff for your kitten, and boots of lightness. Go north to the Varrock Museum, head downstairs, and talk to Orlando Smith to start the Natural History mini-quiz. There's going to be 14 displays scattered around, and each one has 3 questions. By default, RuneLight has a plugin that will highlight the answer to the question. Once you get all 14, you'll return to Minus to finish the quiz, gaining 1000 Slayer and Hunter experience, should be level 13 Slayer, level 9 Hunter, and 28 Kudos. And since we've finally gotten Kudos and we're actually at the Varrock Museum, let's discuss Kudos. So Kudos are just these little extra rewards you get from doing various quests and various activities after quests. For instance, finishing the dig site quest will unlock the Cleaning Finds activity, which we can get an extra 50 Kudos from. For now, we should have 48, and we'll get another 5 from finishing Demon Slayer, after which we'll come back and get our first reward. Speaking of rewards, after 50 you can talk to Hig Helen to satisfy a Varrock Easy Diary task. After 51, you can talk to the information clerk in the northwest corner of the museum to get 1000 experience in mining. After 101, you can talk to her again to get 2500 experience in crafting and 3500 experience in mining. Also, 100 is required to start the Bon Voyage quest to get to Fossil Island, where you can get fossils for even more Kudos. And at 151, you can get 4000 experience in crafting, hunter, prayer, slayer, and smithing. There's also a couple extras, like 150 unlocks access to Volcanic Mine, and 153, for whatever reason, allows you access to that little teeny tiny gate the dwarfs use between Varrock and the dig site. Head northwest out of the Varrock Museum to the housing agency and talk to Marlowe to start Daddy's home. Pick up the saw nearby for both the quest and future construction training, then head to the bank and have out coins if you want to buy more runes, a pickaxe, a plague sample and touch paper for Biohazard, as well as the 100 death runes you got from your first cat. Head southwest to the house west of the rune shop and talk to Old Man Yarlow to continue Daddy's home. Remove the 7 hotspots of furniture around him, then talk to him again. Then search the crates nearby with the black symbol for the waxwood logs. Then head east to Aubrey's shop, sell your 100 death runes 50x at a time, world hopping in between, for about 10k gold. then purchase 5 to 6k gold worth of mines and air runes, but save a little bit less than 4k to purchase those bolts of cloth and nails for Daddy's home in just a bit. But first, teleport to the essence mine and fill your inventory with essence except for 4 or so spaces, then head northeast to the gate by the tea stall and go inside after getting searched. Talk to Domintheus in the northeastern building to start Family Crest, which we won't do for some time, then head next door and talk to Asif and beg him for a free set of priest robes for Biohazard, which you'll put on. Go to the bar to talk to Da Vinci, Hops, and Chansey to get your 3 vials back for Biohazard, then go southeast to Guidor's house and give him the sample and he'll tell you to return to Elena and Ardougne. Leave the gate the way you came, then head northeast to the Sol to steal 2 teas for Ghost Ahoy and 1 small favor, and it will also satisfy a Varrock Easy Diary task. Now bank to the north and have out about 4k cash, 1 set of regular logs or an axe to get them, the 3 waxwood logs, and your bar crawl card. Run northeast to the sawmill operator at the lumber yard and turn your waxwood logs into planks for Daddy's home, turn your log into a plank for 100 GP, which is an easy diary task, or cut down a tree first and then do it, buy 5 bolts of cloth for 3.25k gold, then buy at least 100 steel nails for 300 GP for Daddy's home, a few beginner clue stash units, and miscellaneous uses. You will need more for future quests, but we'll get them later when doing Priest in Peril, turning in a Rag and Bone Man 1, or making Earth Runes for the Varrock Easy Diary, so we'll be back here a few more times. Go to the bar to the west and talk to the bartender there to scratch off the bar crawl card, then head back into town through the northern entrance. When passing the church, go inside and talk to Father Lawrence to continue Romeo and Juliet, then return to the bank and have out your saw, hammer, 3 waxwood planks, 10 regular planks, 5 bolts of cloth, all the nails you bought, your 2 Demon Slayer keys, and the Goblin Brooch for the Lost Tribe. Then head back to Old Man Yarlow and build all the white furniture hotspots, gaining 544 construction experience, then talk to him again before going back to Marlow at the housing agency to complete the mini quest, getting 400 more construction experience, which is just short of level 9, a player-owned house in Rimington, which we can teleport to at level 40 magic, and Marlow's crate, which will contain another 25 planks, 50 mithril nails, which we can basically sell because we will use steel for everything else, 5 steel bars, 10 oak planks, 8 bolts of cloth, which as I mentioned earlier we can sell back to the sawmill for 2k gold, and 5 house teleport tabs and 1 Fallador teleport tab, which will definitely come in handy before we get the appropriate level to teleport to those locations. Now, head south to the manhole, and once inside, take the far left path to the end and get the final key for Demon Slayer. Then return to the surface and go to the castle library and talk to Reldo to continue the Lost Tribe. Search the most northwestern book on the shelf for the Goblin Symbol book and then read it. You should be able to drop it afterward. Go to Sir Pryson in the southwest hall of the castle and give him the 3 keys to obtain the Silver Light for Demon Slayer, which has similar stats to a steel longsword, but a strength bonus equal to a rune longsword only when fighting demons. And if you did not write down your incantation when you have to fight the demon, go to the gypsy in the town square and do it now, before heading to the bank. And I think we're gonna call it there. Sorry that uploads have been a little sparse lately, but now that it's the new year, I'm gonna try to crank them out more. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.